I want to take us through a little kind of explanation of SVG transform, and in particular the translate command. So in SVG, when we set translate on an element, what we're actually doing is we're actually setting the coordinate system of that particular element. So let's try kind of seeing what that looks like with let's play around with these sliders and see, kind of try and get an intuitive feel of what that means. So we have these two rectangles. One of them has a transform on it and the other one does not. So this one does not have the transform and this one does have the transform. And let's try and, so this is, you can see that as I'm moving the X and Y around, the whole coordinate system for this rectangle is moving around. And then alternatively, if we update the X and Y position of this rectangle, then you can see that even though the XY positions are exactly the same, these two squares are at completely different places in our SVG. Even though it's the same SVG container, just applying this transform translate will change where both of these squares are. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because you might have noticed that in our example, we used a translate on our paths, and translate is transform and translate is very, very useful, because then what we can do is for our define attribute, our D attribute, instead of having to write your petal path to be at, let's say this is position 300 by 200 or something. So instead of having to write your petal path as like, starting at 300, 200, and then going down to 350, 200 or something like that, instead of so yeah, so if for nothing else, please just play around with it so that I feel, I don't know, that I feel like it was good effort put in for this interaction.